Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to lesson number 10a of A Simple Guide to Tajweed series, brought to you by Blossoms of Faith. Today we will start to learn about stopping rules. This is the first lesson of 2 lessons explaining stopping rules. Stopping rules. As you recall, we mentioned in lesson 2b that in Arabic we cannot start reading with a second letter or stop on a mutaharrik letter. We have to stop at the end of an ayah, and sometimes when the ayah is too long, we have to stop to breathe, then continue. When we stop, we always stop with sukoon. But there are different cases that might arise when we stop with sukoon. The first rule is that we check if the word ends with Tanween fatha. If so, we replace Tanween with alif when stopping. So, we will pronounce the last letter with fatha followed by an alif mad that is 2 beats long.
أحدا 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 بصيرا 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 سميعا 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 سميعا.
Keep in mind that if the alif is written as an alif maqsura, which we see in the second last example, we should pronounce it as alif mad 2 beats long.
هدى 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 هدى.
Also, even if the alif is not written as in the last example, we still must pronounce it.
ماء 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 ماء.
But if the tanween fatha is written above ha at-ta'nith, we stop only with ha sakina. For example,
نخيرة نخيرة نخرة نخرة شجرة 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 شجرة.
in the second rule, if the word ends with ha at-ta'nith, when we continue, we pronounce it as a ta with haraka. But if we stop, no matter what haraka it is, we will stop with ha sakina. For example,
الجنة 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 البرية 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 الملائكة 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 شجرة 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 رحمة 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 واحدة 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 واحدة.
in the third stopping rule, if the word ends with any haraka other than tanween fatha, we stop with sukoon. For example,
يؤمنون 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 يؤمنون.
don't forget to give attention to hams for the letters ta and kaf when stopping on them.
البيت 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 قريش 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 قريش.
Don't forget to pronounce the Qalqalah when stopping if the last letter is one of the Qalqalah letters, as in
يحسب 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 أحد 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 أحد.
Always remember, if the ra becomes sakina at the end of the word, you might need to change it from heavy ra to soft ra, or vice versa, according to the rule we learned in lesson 6. When the ra is sakina, we check the haraka of the letter before it. If it is fatha or dhamma, ra will be pronounced heavy, but if the letter before it has kasra, it will be pronounced soft. But if the letter before it has sukoon, we go check the letter before it. If it has fatha or dhamma, ra will be pronounced heavy, but if the letter before it has kasra, it will be pronounced soft. So, if we continue reading the last example, connecting it with the following word, ra will be soft because it has kasra. But if we stop at the end of this word, we will stop on ra with sukoon. So now, ra is sakina, and the preceding letter is sakin, and the preceding letter has fatha. So, ra will be pronounced heavy.
والعصر 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 والعصر.
Thank you for listening, and see you next lesson where we will learn more about stopping rules. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.